Cubital tunnel syndrome. What is that? Sounds like an 80s arcade game. Right? Did you know that 15% of all musicians will experience cubital tunnel syndrome? If you want to learn more about cubital tunnel syndrome, how to treat it and prevent it, then stick around. So what is cubital tunnel syndrome? It's also known as ulnar nerve entrapment, and that doesn't sound good either. The best way to know where cubital tunnel syndrome or ulnar nerve entrapment happens is right here at the funny bone. You've hit your funny bone before, right? We all have. It's not that funny. It's really not that funny, so I don't know how it got that name. You're all familiar with that shooting sensation that goes down into your hand, sometimes into the little pinky finger or the ring finger. The ulnar nerve goes through the cubital tunnel in your elbow, and that's how you get the funny bone. So how does cubital tunnel syndrome happen? It happens from putting a lot of pressure on the elbow or long periods of time, day after day after day. Maybe you're doing it at work, maybe it's happening when you're sleeping, maybe daydreaming, or it can happen from a direct blow to the elbow, which will cause pressure there, inflammation. With the nerve being inflamed, it doesn't have enough room to get through the tunnel, and that causes other issues going down into the hand. So let's talk about symptoms. What are some of the symptoms you're gonna feel? So as I mentioned before, you may get some numbness and tingling in the little finger and the ring finger. The ulnar nerve goes to those two fingers exclusively. The median nerve is on the other side of the hand, and that's carpal tunnel. Check out my other video on carpal tunnel if you want to learn more about that. You may experience also some weakness in your hand, maybe in the flexor muscles, what helps us squeeze and grip things. So how do we avoid this? We got to avoid putting pressure on the elbow. So if you are noticing that you're putting a lot of pressure on your elbow throughout the day, we need to fix that root cause. Check your chair height at work if you do a lot of sitting during the day. If you're too low, your elbows are going to be too far bent, causing pressure with that bend for long periods of time. Also, if you're playing piano, check your chair height or your bench height at the piano and make sure that your ergonomics are proper. If you need help with that and you're taking private lessons, be sure to ask your teacher. If you're not taking lessons or need help with your workspace, take a photo of your workspace, send it to positivelyprogressing@gmail.com, and I'll help you with your ergonomics of your workspace. Try keeping your elbow straight at night. A quick, easy way to do that is to roll up a bath towel around your arm so it's pretty thick. Wrap it on there and go ahead and sleep with that towel wrapped around your elbow. It'll be a reminder to not bend your elbow. Plus, it'll be really difficult to bend your elbow when you got a big thick towel wrapped around it. Or if you have elbow pads lying around from your old skateboarding days or roller skating, rollerblading days, put the elbow pad on backwards, and that will help you from bending your elbow at night. And if you fit into your kids' elbow pads, which you may or may not, use one of those. So how do we treat this? Well, we treat it by avoiding the things I just mentioned, and we can do some exercises using nerve glides and some other massage techniques and stretching to help ease the nerve, decrease the inflammation, and start the healing process. So let's start with nerve glides. So we're going to do some nerve gliding. We got our OK sign, put our arm up here, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring our wrist out and our head towards our hand, then we're going to come all the way back, try to make that OK sign like you're flipping it over to look through your hole in your hand. That might be too intense, so be careful with that. And then as we come back, we're turning our head away. So we're going towards and away, towards and away. And that's helping glide that ulnar nerve all the way from where it manifests in the cervical spine all the way down the arm into the hand. And you might already feel that in your pinky and ring finger. I don't have any issues going on, and I can already feel a little pressure. So as I get closer to this here, I feel more and more. You don't have to do too many of these, and this should not be painful. This should be very gentle, and you shouldn't have any discomfort. Only do maybe 5 to 10 at a time, and make sure you don't overdo it. More in this case is not better. So we can do hand and wrist range of motion. So making sure we're spreading the hand, gripping the hand, spreading the hand, and also doing wrist range of motion. Flexion, extension of the wrist, right? We can do pronation and supination of the forearm. So be sure that you're getting all range of motion in the wrist and the hand to allow for movement of that nerve. Another one we can do is we got our thumb up here. The reason why we do thumbs up is it keeps our hand neutral. If you turn it out like this, you might get more pressure on that cubital tunnel or that ulnar nerve when it goes through the elbow. So you keep the thumb up in a neutral position, either closed hand or open hand, whatever one feels better. And then you're just doing range of motion there. Very easy, very gentle. So we also want to stretch the flexors. The flexor muscles are right here in your forearm, and you want to stretch those out. So in order to do that, we have to turn our wrist here. We have to bend our wrist back like that, and then we're go ahead and stretch that way. Then we can bend the elbow. Let me show you on this angle here. So what I'm doing is I'm bending here, and I feel a good stretch right in here. All those flexors attach right here, so we want to make sure we're stretching those out. One more time. Bend the wrist back, and then we're straightening the arm. This activity is also in my musical physical warm-up. I'll put a link below if you want to check that out to get your body prepped, your joints and muscles prepped to play music, so you're preventing any type of restriction and preventing any injuries that may pop up in the future. So we can also do some massage on those flexors. Remember I said those flexors are right here on the elbow, they attach in here. So you can just do some self-massage, and that's just, you could take your thumb and kind of rub this area, nice circles. Don't go too deep, just nice gentle massage if you got some tightness there. You'll be able to feel if you have tightness from that flexor stretch we just did. So just massage there. You can massage it with a bent elbow or a straight elbow, and just get in there and just some light massage. Just real good soft tissue mobilization. So we got nerve tensioning. Now be careful with this one because it can be pretty intense. So we're gonna go opposite than we did with the nerve glides. So we're here, we'll start here, and when we go out, we're gonna go away, and then we're gonna go towards. We're gonna go away and then towards. And that's pretty intense. I feel that stretch up here, and I feel it down in my hand. I don't have anything going on, but be careful with that one. Don't need too many. We're not going for a lot here. We're just trying to improve the elasticity of the nerve, which has very, very little elasticity, maybe 10 or 15% of the actual nerve stretches, but it does need to stretch and move. That's one of its major functions. Just like muscles and tendons, just not as much stretching. The last one here, we're gonna flex the wrist and extend the elbow, and then we're gonna just go opposite. So we're gonna flex the elbow, then extend the wrist and go back and forth there, just like that. So what we're getting is we're getting some strengthening and we're getting some stretching in there. And that's it. That's it for this week. Cubital tunnel syndrome, prevent it and heal it. If you have this issue and you've dealt with it or you know someone that's dealt with it, please leave a comment below or send me an email at positivelyprogressing@gmail.com. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this helps you. I want to prevent these injuries and help you heal so that your music can heal others. Always positive, always progressing. Thank you again. You guys have a great day. See you next time. Bye.